Welcome back to the show. We are so excited to introduce the executive director and founder of Faith, Hope, and for Veterans, Nikki Doherty. I love your shirt, Nikki.
Army all the way, right, Jay?
All right, yeah, I commend you. I salute you. I thank you for serving us. We're very appreciative for being on today.
Thank you for having me. Very excited to be here.
So you have a wonderful name for a platform. I love that. So can you expand on that and tell us all about the wonderful things you guys do?
Definitely. I am based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. As you said, my name is Nikki Doherty. I am a combat veteran. I served my country in the United States Army. I was in Iraq in 2003. And a nonprofit, Faith, Hope, Love for Veterans here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it's really to help our homeless veterans get off the street and come into a transitional housing to where we can provide them, food, clothing, shelter, get them back on their feet. So right now we are in the works of building and talks about building a sustainable housing community, tiny homes for veterans.
Wow. And what inspired you to start this platform, Nikki?
Definitely. I've always been compelled from a little girl on up when I see, homeless people standing at the corner with their signs wanting food. I've always been the one to, give them a couple dollars if I had them in my pocket or to go and get them food. I'd go to, Burger King at the time or McDonald's, Chick-fil-A and get them lunch. But I started to see here in Charlotte the homeless community holding up signs that say, I'm a veteran. And
Oh,
I started to think, wait a minute, you've served your country, you've dedicated your life to serving your country. And now that you're back home, now that you're out of the service, now you're telling me you're homeless. You don't have, resources, help, anything. You're finding yourself on the street. So I felt in my heart that I had to do something and organize something that would be bigger than I am, and that I needed to get the community involved and started to bring awareness of getting our homeless veterans off the street. So the main need, as always typically, but the main need here in Charlotte is housing, affordable housing, sustainable housing. So I started to see tiny home villages, very successful tiny home villages in other cities and other communities. And I thought that would be something great to start here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So that is our initiative at Faith, Hope, Love for Veterans, is building tiny homes to get our veterans off the street into a transitional home so they can start to get the skills and the resources they need to be on their own.
I wonder, that is great. Now, I want to ask you about the status of that, like where is it currently? But before we ask you that, why is it, do you think that so many of our great veterans fall through the cracks? What is
Definitely.
going on?
Definitely. I will definitely say, in my experience, the VA is a little backed up. There's more of us than it is of them, right? So the wait times have been a little longer than usual.
Mhm.
I think we just can't get in a timely fashion. I went to schedule an appointment. This was the beginning of last year. I was having some really bad trouble with my eye. It had to be maybe April, May, maybe even June. They said the first available that they had was in September to get into the VA. Now, of course, since then, the VA has partnered with the community. You can now get in to see a local community doctor sooner, but not all vets have transportation to do that. Not
Mm,
all vets are able to go somewhere else other than the VA. So I think it's a combination of some vets don't even want to go outside of the VA. They want to stay in home at the VA. And sometimes to get an appointment is just too far into the future. So you start to lose hope. You start to lose
mm,
faith. You start to
mm.
go within yourself. You start to think, well, there's no hope. I'll never get in. You start to do that negative talk and you get into like the spiral in your head. So I think it's a combination of a lot of different scenarios.
So do you think perhaps if there was somebody, let's just say, I'll say Cleveland Clinic, if they offered their services to take the overflow of what you said, the backed up appointments and so forth and so on, do you think that may alleviate things or be another option, or not just Cleveland Clinic, but maybe another major health
Right.
center like Mayo Clinic or something
Right.
like that?
Definitely. That would definitely help. And like I said, the VA has partnered with outside doctors to where you can get in sooner. For my eye example, I did have to go to a local community doctor, and I was okay with that. But some veterans aren't. Some vets
Right.
want to go to the VA. They
Mm.
want to go to the VA. They want to be seen by the doctor they had previously been seen or they have a relationship with. And some may just be unwilling to go somewhere else.
Well, that's something that maybe together our whole coalition can look at deeper and maybe come up with some positive results. I think that
Right.
would be great. So can you tell me the I guess the current status of your platform and how people could support your platform?
Definitely. And like you said, it's going to take some smaller organizations coming together. And that's why we started the Veterans Coalition. And that's why I am here today alongside of five other veteran organizations with our fundraiser to Save 22 for 22. So, what that is roughly 22 veterans that we know of. Of course, there are probably more, but the documents that we have now go to show that around 22 veterans take their lives a day due to suicide. So
Terrible.
that's why we're here today to bring awareness to that, to say, hey, let's head that off way before we get to that point. We're rallying the troops today to say we need support and we need help to help fund the six organizations that have come together from six different states. I'm in North Carolina. My organization is the Sustainable Housing Tiny Home Communities. Other organizations have their programs, but it's a sense of community. It's bringing those veterans on a smaller level together who may can't get into the VA, who may just need some local community support from smaller organizations saying, hey, we have your back. So I am Faith, Hope, Love for Veterans. You can find me across all social media. Um, and we're just saying, hey, reach out to us. Please donate because when you partner with us, you're really partnering with a veteran to help them find faith, hope, love, to help them find a community where we're able to support them and give them what they need from veteran to veteran. Sometimes too, veterans don't reach out to non-veterans because they feel like no one understands them. They don't talk the lingo. They don't know what it means to be in a combat war situation and to be a strong veteran who's fought for their country, but then be able to say, hey, I'm not okay. I'm having a weak moment. That takes a lot of courage to say. So
So inspiring. Hold that thought. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we're going to come back. And I want to, because you're so inspiring, I want to find out where that inspiration came from. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. You're watching the Today Show Toronto. On the show today, we have Nikki Darty. We'll be right back with Nikki. She's going to tell us more about her platform and her involvement at the fundraiser down in Wisconsin. You're watching the Today Show. I'm Jay Stoyan. We'll be right back.